We are quickly approaching what is often called the happiest time of the year, the merriest time of the year. But let's be honest, the holidays aren't always holly jolly. If you know this season is a combination of your biggest triggers like a booby trap for your mental health, this video is for you. Welcome back to Mind Body Mel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Mel. I'm a licensed naturopathic doctor. On this channel, I talk about all things holistic mental health, so self-care, being the best version of ourselves. And I just really want to have an honest chat today, a little check-in, because two things can be true, right? The holidays can be a lot of fun. It's an amazing time of year. There's so many special things, so many traditions that happen. It's a great time of year to see your loved ones who you might not see a lot. There's festive movies and treats and music, and the holidays can be really hard. I know the holidays are not always the happiest time of year for everyone. There can be a lot of emotion seeing people that you don't see all the time. It's really common to feel a lot of grief and sadness over people who are no longer in your life. You might be running around to a million different plans, or you might not have that many plans, and that also makes you feel a little left out. This time of year, I also see so many more chronic illness flares in my practice. There's also a lot of acute illness, people catching whatever the latest cold is that's going around. You're eating a lot of sugary foods that you don't normally eat. This can cause more inflammation in the body. You just might not feel your best. And on top of that, the weather is so dark and cold. It's a lot. So because we know all of that, before the holiday season really gets going, let's do a little check-in. I started doing this a few years ago, and it just helped me feel so much more prepared for the holiday season, knowing what my triggers are already, knowing what boundaries I want to set, knowing what my plan is to take care of myself, made me enjoy the holiday season so much more. Those triggers didn't necessarily go away. They were still there. But what changed is the way that I reacted to them and the way that I took care of myself through it. So I thought we could come up with our holiday game plan together. My hope is at the end of this video, you feel so much more supported going into the holiday season, and you'll have a real plan for taking care of your mental health in the coming weeks. So if that sounds good to you, grab a cozy beverage. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video, and let's get started. The very first thing that you're gonna do before we really get started making our plan is I want you to set a 15-minute timer, take out a blank sheet of paper, and you're just gonna do a brain dump, thinking about everything that comes up when you think about, the next 6 weeks, the next 2 months of the holiday season. All the things you're looking forward to, all the things you're kind of nervous about. Just start to see where your mind goes when you think about the holidays. Try and dig a little bit deeper under that. I'm excited. How are you really feeling about all your plans that are coming up? Go through your calendar. Just start to think about, how am I going to feel during this season? You can do this morning pages style where you are writing stream of consciousness, don't really pick up the pen from the page. Or like I said, just set a 15-minute timer. You can do bullet points. This is just for you. It's just a brain dump. After you've done that, come back and we're going to make our game plan. So on your piece of paper, we're going to divide it into 4 quadrants, just like this. Got your 4 quadrants there. And at the top of each box, you're gonna write a different heading. These are gonna be the 4 categories we're really going over today. The 4 headings you're gonna write down are activate, feel, support, and recharge. So just like that, you're gonna have your 4 headings. When we're going through this, remember, this is just for you. You can write down whatever you want on here. All right, we're gonna start with this first box, activate. Activate is anything that you know is gonna be hard for you. Anything that you know is gonna be a trigger, anything that you're kind of worried about when you were brain dumping your fears, that's something that's gonna go in the activate box. So this might be comments from loved ones, comments about your weight, comments about your relationship. This could be political comments and opinions that you feel really hurt by, and you know there's just not gonna be a healthy dialogue. This could be missing a loved one who's no longer with you, who's passed away, and you know it's just going to be a really hard day because you're going to be missing them. This could be feeling a lot of pressure to spend money that you don't really have on holiday gifts. Right now, we're not trying to solve anything. We are just writing down what we think some of these triggers are that might come up. And I will say that the more years that I've done this, the more that I am aware of my triggers. So it might be this is your first time you've really thought about this, where maybe in the past holidays just haven't gone the way that you wanted them to go, but maybe you haven't been able to identify yet what exactly the trigger was. So feel free to start broad this year. As you go through the holiday this season, because we've done this, you're gonna pick up on different things and you'll remember that for next year. Okay, once you have your list, we are now gonna move on to the next category. So this one is feel. This is gonna be how you want to feel in reaction when these triggers come up. This is not toxic positivity. It's not bypassing by any means. If you feel 10 out of 10 anger when someone makes a comment about your weight, we're not trying to feel 0 out of 10 anger, right? That's not realistic. But maybe you want to feel more confident in knowing how you're going to shut down that conversation or what you're going to do when that happens. Maybe you want to feel more in control with a boundary. I know for me, one of the things that activates me on Thanksgiving is it's when I really miss my grandmother who passed away. It was a long time ago, but there's something about Thanksgiving that I really associate with her. She's the matriarch of our family, and I have a lot of happy memories of Thanksgiving with her being there. And I know every single year I get really sad Thanksgiving morning because I know she's not going to be there. So I want to feel that grief and honor it and be able to let it go and enjoy the rest of the day and not have that grief consume me. So something I like to do that morning is go through pictures. I have a scrapbook of pictures of her. Sometimes I'll journal a memory, just like really think about those fond memories that I do have. And sometimes I cry and I just let it out. In the past, before I had put this connection together that every Thanksgiving I tend to feel this way, I would just stuff down that grief. I would be choking back tears and feeling like it came out of nowhere. But now, because I've identified that it is something that I feel a little bit tender, I feel a little bit activated on that day, I can take steps to let it out a little bit and take care of myself. In this box, I really want you to look at your activate column and almost draw a line and make a connection there of how you want to feel, how you're going to honor that feeling. This is also where I want you to clearly start to define your boundaries. If you're feeling a lot of pressure to spend money this holiday season, what is your budget? What are you going to say when something comes up that's outside of that budget? How are you going to address that when it comes up? And practice either typing it out or saying it out loud. Sometimes we just think about these boundaries, but when it actually comes down to setting the boundary, it can be a lot more difficult. So I highly recommend practicing in the mirror, practicing out loud, just getting those reps in, and it'll feel a lot more comfortable and organic when it comes up in conversation. So I literally just drew a line next to all the things that came up for me. One thing I came up with as well was, I know this time of year I'm eating a lot of foods that I don't normally eat. I might be drinking more than I usually drink, and I just don't really feel my best in my body. So I want to feel that I am still taking care of myself. I'm keeping up with my workouts. I'm going for a walk if I can't get to the gym, making sure I'm still moving my body, staying hydrated, and on all the other days where I don't have those holiday plans, prioritizing high protein, blood sugar balancing meals like I always do. Let me know down below. I would love to use the comment section as a support resource for all of us, how you want to feel during the holiday season. What are some things that are coming up, some strategies you have in place to help you feel your best this year. Then the last two sections really go together, support and recharge. So support is going to be all the things that support your mental health. Maybe that's having your therapist and scheduling an appointment before and after the holidays. Maybe this is knowing who you're gonna text or who your SOS phone call is if you're feeling really overwhelmed and you just need to talk to someone. What are your other forms of self-care, like journaling? Do you like to meditate? For me, this is activations. I've talked about the app a lot, but it's an audio visualization affirmations app. Writing down that tangible support that you have, those tools that you've built in your mental health toolkit. I would also put down here different herbs, different supplements that I know really help me with my anxiety this time of year. And if you're having a hard time filling out this block, I do have an entire free download called the Mind Body Toolkit that gives you tons of different ideas for different ways that you can support your mental health. So definitely download that, check it out. I bet it will help you fill out this box here. And then under recharge, I want you to write down all the things that bring you joy about this season. What are some things that you're really looking forward to? What are the good parts about this time of year? What are different hobbies that you enjoy? And I want you to schedule in some fun things. So that might be something really festive, like going to get a Christmas tree, going to a holiday market, or if what you're really craving with all the busyness of the season is just more time for yourself, maybe it's watching your favorite holiday movie and making your favorite cookies at home. Sometimes when we get really busy, that can be something that turns into we wanted to do that and then we just didn't have the time. So instead of that, to prepare for the season, I want you to put it on your calendar and I want you to protect it as much as all the other outings and activities that you have planned this year. One thing I really like to plan and put on my calendar this time of year is to sit down and make my vision board and goals for 2026 for the next year. I find that if I don't put that on the calendar, it doesn't happen until January, and then I end up starting the year feeling behind, you're not behind. You can start and set goals at any point, but sometimes I can feel that way. I like to go into the new year feeling prepared with a fresh start. So I'll actually put it on the calendar now, or like think about which days that could happen on, because that is something that makes me feel really grounded and also excited for a new year. So support column, we're writing down all the things in our mental health toolkit that are going to help us this time of year. I'm going to write down journaling, activations. I really like EFT, emotional freedom technique too. It's tapping. It uses acupressure points, and it can really help you to move through different emotions, which can be helpful if you're having more of an emotional response. I'm also going to put making sure that I'm sleeping really well, because when I don't sleep, I feel so emotionally dysregulated. And some of my favorite sleep supports are magnesium. Passion flower glycerin is a really amazing herb that helps with the overthinking thoughts and can help you to fall asleep easier. I really love the Earth Blend by Mind Body Herbals this time of year. It's super grounding, really good for anxiety. It just makes me feel more steady. Then I would also write down some friends, some family members, whoever you feel like is that SOS phone call for you, where you know you're gonna feel like you're getting a warm hug through the phone. So I would write all of those different things down in the support column. And then under recharge, I wanna schedule basically all the days I just said, a cozy movie day with myself, recharging my energy in that way. There's a botanical garden in Philly that does like a whole Christmas lighting thing, and I would love to go to that with my mom and have some quality time with her, do something a little bit festive. And like I said, that new year planning, vision board creating, something a little bit more crafty. And then of course the idea is actually scheduling these, actually deciding when it's gonna happen. But hopefully seeing this all laid out like this, really helpful for you in understanding, okay, I feel a lot more prepared. I know what's probably gonna come up. This is the way that I wanna feel, how I wanna react. And these are all the different ways that I can support myself and move through maybe some more difficult feelings this season. This time of year can bring up a lot of feelings around body image, how you're feeling in your body. You know, I already talked about kind of you might be eating some foods you don't normally eat, and maybe that feels a little bit heavy in your body. This can be a season of overindulgence, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You should enjoy yourself. That's something about the holidays that makes it special, is we get these fun different foods. But I also know that feeling where you've overindulged and maybe you feel uncomfortable, especially that next day or, you know, after the event. So as a naturopathic doctor, here's how I would handle it. First, we have to stop the shame spiral. It was one day, it was one event. Let yourself off the hook. Then you're gonna go and make a cup of tea, and you're gonna look for herbs like ginger, chamomile, or peppermint. These are all what we would consider carminative herbs. They help to break up that gas and bloating that is making us feel uncomfortable. Therapeutic dosing on tea is about 3 to 6 cups a day, so you can really go for it with the tea. I love making a really big French press, sipping on it throughout the day. I would say if you're someone who runs hot, I would go with peppermint. If you're someone who runs more cold, go with ginger. Then you're gonna get changed into your comfy clothes. You are going to put on your sweatpants. You're gonna just let yourself be comfy, not have any uncomfortable jeans waistband cutting into you. Get into your comfy clothes, make sure you're warm, because we're going out for a bloated girl walk. You might not feel like you're hot girl walking right now. You might feel very bloated, and that's okay. You can go as slow as you need to go, but we're just gonna get your body moving. Fresh air is also gonna feel really good. And then you're gonna go to bed early. Sleep is where our body heals. It's where our digestion can clear everything out. You've moved your body, you've hydrated, you've gotten some herbs in that are gonna help break up all of that gas and bloating. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 when you wake up the next day. It's okay to enjoy yourself during the holidays. Like I said, it's all about having these tools to take care of ourselves. So instead of just being in pain, curling up on the couch, you can go make yourself a cup of tea. You can go for a gentle walk. You'll know how to handle it. I really wanted to make this video because I feel like the holidays can be a really hard time of year for a lot of people, but it's also something we don't always talk about. We talk about the fun and the festivities, but it can be a really hard season that weighs on your mental health, whether it's the grief, whether it's the anxiety, whether it's loneliness, whether it's the seasonal depression that's already kicked in. I really hope that this helped you to think some things through, think about how you want to react, and hopefully have a little bit more peace in your holiday season. I think it's important to remember to protect your peace, yes, and also to extend compassion to other people. Everyone has their own triggers during the holiday season, and it may or may not bring out the best in them. Obviously, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, do what you need to do. But sometimes I do like to remind myself that everybody is going through a hard time. The recovering people pleaser in me, the mantra that I like to say to myself this time of year, all year really, is open heart with backbone. Have an open heart. be kind to people, show compassion, and also show compassion and be kind to yourself. I'll have the Mind Body Toolkit linked down below. It really is a great resource of different tools for taking care of your mental health, not just this season, but all year. So make sure you check that out. And please, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you here. I am wishing you a calm, peaceful holiday season. Until next time, I'm rooting for you every step of the way.